You're now listening to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. Straightforward, no nonsense business advice. Completely unfiltered. Grow your business. Grow your life. Now, here's your host, Brian Fullerton.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. It is your host, Brian Fullerton, here hanging with you guys. Well, good morning. Well, guys, I am really excited about this podcast and episode today because we have a guest joining us from SiteOne. You guys are really going to enjoy this episode. I'm telling you what, we're going to be talking about making money, profitability, and we're going to be talking about some brand new reveals, and I think even maybe some exclusives that we're revealing right now on the podcast with you guys real time. So without further ado, we have none other than Nick Schomer. He is with SiteOne, and he is a senior category manager. So, Nick, welcome to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. How are you doing this morning?
Thank you. Great. Happy to join you guys.
Absolutely. So we've got some exciting things to talk about over the next 20, 25 minutes. Let's Go and SiteOne are just blowing up. You guys have been an incredible partner with us on the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. We truly appreciate that and the support and the sponsorship as well. That allows us to bring all the other podcast episodes, right, to these guys. And so we truly thank you guys for that partnership. Well, if you guys are listening into the show, one thing I like to extend as an invitation or offer to any of the companies that partner up with us is, what do you guys got going on behind the scenes? Let's get some of the folks from the mothership, I always call it, on the podcast. And we got to hear it from the horse's mouth about the latest innovations, some new products, new equipment. And so today we've got Nick joining us. And so, Nick, what's your background with SiteOne, and what are we going to be talking about today?
Well, my background is SiteOne. I've been with the organization for about 18 months now. Prior to that, I was with Tractor Supply, and before that, I was with Husqvarna Group for about 9 years.
Okay.
And I started off my career as an engineer in the automotive industry.
Nice. Okay. And we were, before we hit record, you were telling me that you are a good old fashioned born and raised American, from Michigan, right? Is that correct?
That's correct.
Which I believe is in America, just so we're clear, right?
It still is, right? Hasn't been sold off to Canada or anything yet.
Yeah, not yet, but who knows, okay, man? It's been a wild ride, right? By the way, everybody's going to be asking, blue or green? Where are we at?
I believe blue.
Okay. University of Michigan, right?
Correct.
That's awesome, bro. That's awesome. So, what did you study? You were saying automotive. So, what was your background with going to school there? And then I think you said you went to Eastern for a master's after that.
Yep. Went to University of Michigan for a degree in engineering, mechanical engineering. Then Eastern in engineering project management.
Wow. Okay. So very intelligent person that we have joining us, folks. So versus myself, which we just kind of Forrest Gump our way to the finish line here. You know what I mean, Nick? So anyway, we're super excited about having you guys on the show. And so what's your focus working on with SiteOne and working with the Let's Go brand? What do you focus on there?
Well, Let's Go brand has a fantastic heritage and really was always known for very premium, very good, great commercial product. And we're going to absolutely focus on that, especially in the turf renovation and application segments. So your renovators and scarifiers and aeration equipment, as well as your spraying and spreading. So obviously that very nicely complements the products and categories that SiteOne is absolutely known for in the industry, as well as Let's Go.
Absolutely. Well, I'm really excited about this. We've got a couple bullet points that we were both spitballing back and forth via email. And I said, man, talking about taking care of the turf, I've used so much Let's Go products through the years. And frankly, I didn't even know it. When I was working back at True Green, almost, I think every spreader was Let's Go brand. Some of the equipment there was Let's Go brand. I know some of you guys listening in, some of your old first like mowers, like way back in the day, if I'm not mistaken, were some, Let's Go equipment. You can still, Nick, see a lot of this stuff floating out there in the marketplace, which is really cool. 20, 30 years later, and I'm like, oh yeah, I could fix a whole Let's Go spreader right now, man, with a clothes hanger, So that's awesome. Well, we're gonna hear from today's show sponsors, guys. We're gonna keep this episode short and sweet. I want to hear from today's show sponsors, and then for real though, we got some really cool product that is coming out from SiteOne Let's Go. A lot of you guys are going to GIE or maybe just came back from GIE, depending on when this podcast dropped. And if you guys didn't see the YouTube recap video that we did from the Let's Go Lesco booth, please check it out on YouTube, because they have some really cool products that Nick's going to get into here that they just dropped. So if you want to see the visual as well, check it out here on YouTube. But Nick, we're going to hear from today's show sponsors really quick, and then we're going to come right on back.
Calling all landscape pros who want to get serious about healthy turf and a healthier bottom line. It's time to throw down new innovations. Built on 50 years of proven agronomic proficiency, Lesco fertilizers, control products, seed, and equipment are engineered to produce more resilient turf. We'll continue to bring new technologies, so no matter the day, you'll always bring your A game. Upgrade and outperform with Lesco. Visit SiteOne.com/Lesco today to learn more.
Lawns, lessons, and live. This is the Fullerton Unfiltered Podcast. Now, your host, Brian Fullerton.
All right, guys. Well, Nick, we are going right back to you. We're not going to waste any time. We want to make sure that we're really respectful of your calendar as well. You have a very important role there over at SiteOne. So let's go into the backstory, though. We got some new things coming out, but there's we were talking before we hit record. There's a heritage there. There's some really good history with SiteOne and or really even Lesco, obviously, with being an industry leader and innovator, right? That's it's just something we talked about. And so what's making you guys refocus and come full circle back to the new turf equipment, side of the business?
Well, it's our core, so it's absolutely part of our DNA and what we're doing. So it's taking care of our customers, helping them grow their business in absolutely the most efficient and most productive way possible. And really, to do that, you've got to be on the cutting edge, have the most reliable, robust lineup of product out there. So that's what we're focused on, is what is best in breed in the industry, and how can we help you build your business with that equipment.
Well, one thing that I like to say is, like, hey, if you're gonna sell somebody a product, it's nice to have the product that puts it down, right? I mean, you guys sell seed and fertilizers. We've had some other great podcast episodes with folks from the SiteOne team, and so now we have the spreaders, we have the sprayers, we have the aerators, we have a bunch of different product. Let's just go through the list, because I'm looking at my phone here, my little cheat sheet, and I actually was going through this, and I'm like, dude, there's like 4, 5, 6 new things. Like, that's most companies release like one new thing a year, So
I'll say, Brian, this is the tip of the iceberg. Okay, there is a multi-year list here that we're looking forward to releasing and getting into our customers' hands. So that's thank you for noticing, and absolutely more to discuss as time rolls on. Absolutely.
Well, let me ask you this. Just a macro conversation here. Maybe somebody's brand new to the industry, or maybe they're newer to our podcast. What is overarching conversation here? What is a renovation product or a turf management type products? What are we really talking about in this category? We're not talking mowers necessarily, but what are we talking about with renovation product?
These are really the products and segments that somebody can get into in this business. Maybe they were mowing or something else. These are, I would say, the enrichment parts of the business. So obviously aerators, you're aerating the lawn. These also, our products have seed boxes on them, so you lay seed down while you aerate. So obviously you're quadrupling your productivity there with a lot of those machines. These are things that really beautify your customers' lawns and make it stand out. These are also machines that you're highly probable that you can do $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a day with some of these products.
Yeah.
Right. So that's the kind of ROI we're looking for. I'd like to explain to people, these things don't necessarily. It's not the cost. It is, what does the cash flow look like? How does this contribute to your business? Labor's tough right now. It's a big topic. So getting the right equipment that makes you more productive, keeps you in business, puts you in a better spot, and gives you an advantage over other guys in your area.
Right. We're always talking like productivity and efficiency on our podcast. And I'll be honest with you, like just, it was, I think 2 days ago, it's funny, like 2 days feels like 2 months, you know what I'm saying? And, we're actually recording this the week of GIE. So we're coming in hot, both of us. And so
that's right.
Just a couple of days ago, oh, dude, you're not kidding, man. And then, we're breaking ground on a house, and, it's a lot. Well, the funny thing is, just 2 days ago, we got done with our full mowing route, and we were done by, I don't know, maybe 3:30. And then I had 5 aerations on the books, and we were using a stand-on aerator, a different brand than Lesco, you know, and I was just thinking to myself, we banged out 5 aerations in an hour and a half with a stand-on aerator. And I'm thinking to myself, talk about productivity and profitability. I mean, we did them for $99 each. They're little subdivision lawns, $500 in an hour and a half. I was just thinking, to myself, you know, back in the day, I was working for a national fertilizer company. We were using the walk behind aerators and all that kind of stuff. And they were good, but the innovation with the technology and the equipment coming out today is just, it's incredible. So I'm really excited to see what Lesco is bringing to the table, because building on the foundation that you guys have for, you know, building quality equipment for, like you said, 10, 20, 30, I don't even know, 40 years maybe. That's incredible. So let's go through the list. What you're responsible for this? This is your brainchild. What can these guys expect at the show, and then also from Lesco?
Well, new stand-on aerators. We also have a line of walk behind, and I will have that there as well. Plugger style walk behinds, which are very productive in terms of putting a lot of holes in the ground very quickly, you know, especially in tight spaces. They drive like silk. Really nice machine. So I think between the two of a stand-on machine and these walk behinds, they're going to have the strongest line in aeration in the entire business.
Awesome.
We're also going to have machines that are our Lesco branded stand-on spreader sprayers. We've dabbled in that with the HVS Chariot for several years, which is kind of an entry level machine. We're going to see that we're expanding that. So the feeling here and thought process is that, listen, as a business owner, we want to be your partner in this stuff. So from your first push spreaders all the way up through, I've got a 80-gallon, 250-pound stand-on spreader sprayer that I'll show you. We've got the machines that will carry you through your highest aspirations of the business and make you very scalable.
Sure.
You know, one of the first things we did is partner with Sheffield Financial. So all this line of Lesco equipment is supported by Lesco Financial, which is obviously a staple in the industry. And we are a private label brand that they have allowed to offer that service, and it's a great thing, and it's really helping us out and make this product much more accessible to all business owners, right? So it's more of a cash flow and what can this product do for you versus just a very, that's an arduous cost.
Right.
And really, you can sit down and break this down. Hey, we've got 3-year plans, 4-year plans, 1-year plans. We can find a way to make this work for you, whatever your situation is.
Yeah, well, Sheffield Financial, for those of you guys listening in, little plug for those guys, I guess. But they're great. I'm just having fun, but they really are good people. They're great. So if you guys need to finance something, almost every dealer that you guys work with and talk to, for the most part, has Sheffield Financial, and I'm all about being debt free, and you guys know this personally. But business debt, if you can get something 0% for 36, 48, whatever months, you would be wise, in my opinion, to hold on to your cash, put it to work, reinvest that into product and labor, and then spin that into 2, 3, 5x in terms of revenue and profit, and then pay off the aerator, pay off the spreader sprayer, in the next 24, 36 months. But I will tell you guys straight up, if you can pay cash, fantastic. But I wouldn't be anywhere near where I'm at today if I didn't have access to good financing. And, it's something that I think sometimes we take for granted out there, especially, you've been in business for 3 to 5 years, you start making $100,000 a year or something. You're like, man, I'm just paying cash or upgrading as I go. Well, yeah, but it's really, really cool. Some of you guys listening in, you might be in your first 12 months and you're like, how do I even get this thing off the ground? I need this $11,000 aerator from Lesco or a sprayer. How can I get this thing started? I can't push everything, push spreaders. Well,
that's right.
Walk in there, partner up with Lesco, find the right product, do your research. And then I love what you said that you guys can partner. I think that's something that's so underrated in this industry is partnering with a dealer, whether it's your local equipment dealer, like we go with Weingarts. And I graduated from a little walk behind mower to a zero turn, then a bigger zero turn, and then, aerators and all this, now it's just like a runaway freight train of equipment, right?
And what our guys really love to do is sit there, hey, this new piece of equipment, like Brian, you just talked about moving your business here on a stand on right now.
Yeah.
How many more jobs you could bid?
Oh,
how much bigger you could get without adding
absolutely
headcount and really growing your top line and bottom line. So it really does become just really a math and business equation. And those are the conversations I think you'll find SiteOne we're really good at, and we absolutely want to support our customers with.
Well, let me ask you this. I'm privy a little bit to how some of this equipment works, and a lot of you guys out there sometimes are pilot testers as well for some of these companies. So I would imagine that if it's coming out now, that you guys have been rocking them behind the scenes for about 6 months to a year. Any initial feedback, or what's the chatter? What are folks saying about it?
So I'll tell you what, we are putting things through the paces. I've got some stuff out that is absolutely phenomenal that has only been accessible by, I'll say, the very top larger national accounts, but I'm going to make that accessible to the entire industry.
Okay.
I've got some stuff in application that is absolutely stellar, and it goes all the way from Brian, I'll get to show you the even backpack sprayers.
Yeah.
I think within a year, no one's going to be pumping anymore.
Okay.
All the way up through, and there's a lot of advantages behind that in terms of application rate. It's consistent. So when we look at some of these products and we talk about productivity and efficiency, we're going to look where good application of technology comes in. So these are technologies that help keep you from over applying. Over applying can be a huge margin hit to you and not necessarily drive better results. So consistent and even application of product, things that are going to help you not over apply and or burn or those types of things. So those are the types of innovations and little nuggets in here that we want to focus on.
I love it.
I think from a power plant standpoint, you're going to see that type of stuff from us. Another element of this is going to be improving uptime across the board. Really great pump technology, stuff that doesn't, even if it were to burn out, it is a very quick change. It is not a laborious 2-hour task to take things out. It's literally quarter twist type of technology, which is just, you can have 2 of these things in your glove box and replace what would have been $1,000 task.
Wow.
We're going to have some stuff here that is, pump sprayers, tank sprayers for the truck mount hose guys that are still pulling hose for especially shrubs and trees, and it's still want to manually use a hose. We've got some stuff coming out, some pump technology that is just stellar.
Okay.
That I can't wait to show the industry. We've got these features that are getting blended into things like the stand-on spreader sprayers, and to help make those more productive and I would say more accessible. There's a lot going on one of those machines to walk up to it. We're going to work on making them easier to use.
Okay.
So it's easier to train employees and get productive use out of them. So that's the type of stuff we're focusing on.
I love it. What are some of the feedback that you guys have been getting from folks that have been testing out the equipment? Anything that they're saying good or bad?
So far, I've got a laundry list of stuff that's getting tweaked.
Okay.
I think that's good. I've got a laundry list of stuff that they love, and we're just taking absolutely copious notes and running these things through their paces. So I've got
that's awesome.
A few out in the Midwest. I've got some in the Northeast. I've got some in the Southeast. And so we're getting a good cross section of everybody doing their best to put these machines through their paces. And I think we're every single hour we get on them, we're getting better and better at what we intend to do.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I love it. I'm excited about jumping on them at Expo. And if you guys are probably listening to this episode, more than likely we already dropped that YouTube video as well. So hopefully we got some good video for you guys to check out. And so we got a new line of the walk behind aerators, the stand on aerators. I think you were mentioning some spreader sprayers. I think that is going to be a huge one for you guys. I have so many buddies that, respect to the mower brands making spreaders. That's fine. That's cool.
But it's a very focused business, right? There's a lot going on that. And it's, and you're talking about, what are you guys laying down? Is it Stonewall?
Yeah.
Spectrum? I mean, it really is a science unto itself, and it is agronomics through and through. So, I don't disagree with that. And that's not begrudging the mower guys.
Right.
This is a specialized piece of equipment, and wholeheartedly, my absolute intent here is that not to make the choice for our customers, but I want SiteOne to be the destination that people in this business go to first and work with to get the right spreader sprayer for them. And it may or may not even be Lesco. So, I mean, we carry the Z-Spray line. We carry Permagreen. We carry others. And that's because I want people getting in the right machine for them. So I don't want to pretend that we're, all level and perfect in the Lesco space. I want people to get the right machine for them.
Right.
And I want SiteOne to be the destination that they go to look at, learn about, and make a choice with, when it comes to buying these application equipment.
Well, and one thing that it can go full circle is that you said partner up. Like what we SiteOne locally down the road from me, the Wixom branch. There's Corey there and a bunch of other folks that I know. Yeah. We BSing all the time. I saw Corey at the snow show just a few weeks back, and we're friends. Like we talk, we rip and rab. Like he's a great dude. He knows my needs. He knows my expectations, and it's a great partnership. I mean, it's. You guys have, if you're listening in, have never been to a local SiteOne branch. I mean, that's what we're talking about here is, maybe you are always wondering, like, how do people know these things, or how do people get this equipment? Well, everybody walked into their local branch or dealer the first time, not knowing anybody or anything. And so when you see a SiteOne down the road, whether it's an irrigation, SiteOne, or a full service would have all the different products and plants and stone or whatever, check them out. Go on to SiteOne.com. I'm sure they have a store locator or whatever you want to call it, branch location. Find it with your zip code. Go there and just kind of kick tires, look around, say, hey, I've been in the industry for 2 years. I'm thinking about getting into this, or I'm brand new in the industry. I'm just looking around because I need a supplier. I mean, our Wixom branch is fantastic. They have another branch in Pontiac, which is fantastic. Our irrigation, division and branch, if you will, is literally 5 minutes from my house, and I've been there many, many times for sprinkler parts and the little utility flags, to mark for aerations and all that. Well, the bigger thing too is that. And Nick, what you're just saying is that you can partner with these guys. Is maybe there's a different brand, or there's an aerator for $3,000, and then you want the stand-on one for $10,000 or whatever. Maybe there's a spreader spray or a stand-on unit, and you get the entry unit, and it's $7,500 or $9,000, and then you're making some money with your company. 3 years later, your business is expanding. You can trade in, trade up, sell it off, whatever, and then buy the 10, 12, 13,000 Mac Daddy Cadillac. That is really, really cool. And then again, partner up with Sheffield, super cool opportunity. So we've got spreader sprayers, we got aerators. There's a little list here, but you know this better than I do. Anything else that you got for these guys with new product that just is coming out from Lesco?
You know what? We will have a variable pressure backpack sprayer coming out as well.
Oh, okay,
in the next 3 months. So it's a nice product. Really, again, helping with that application rate. So it's consistency, and that's the real nice part about a lot of this battery technology. I will say you will see a great leap forward with Lesco on the battery front in the coming years.
Okay.
I do think we're going to take a leadership position versus following in that world.
Okay, cool. Well, we're looking forward to that.
The good part is that does open up a lot of opportunity for other truly beneficial feature benefits.
Wow, that's awesome. And then I would imagine you guys still have your the line of spreaders and sprayers, like
correct,
push spreaders.
Absolutely.
So you guys are looking to be like the one-stop shop, partner with somebody that's looking to get into turf renovations, fertilizer applications, all that kind of stuff.
Correct.
That's awesome. Well, that's what I got on my short list here. Guys, I'm telling you what, when we do podcasts, you guys know me. I am fly by the wire. We run hot just like you guys. We don't have a bunch of notes or anything, but I had a couple bullet points. It just helps me stay on topic. But I got through what I think we're talking about, making sure that we covered on this. Is there anything that you want to just leave with the audience really quick, Nick, from your perspective or from SiteOne's perspective about anything else we missed or anything else you want to leave these guys while we got you?
Well, hey, please come in and take a look at, learn about this equipment. I think you'll be very impressed with it when you see it. Supply chain's been a bit tough the past few months, and we're not immune to that.
Right.
So understand there is some backlog of machines right now, but bear with us. We are absolutely doing everything we can. Come check out the Vanguard engines that are on these. Our product is going to be powered by Vanguard. We've got a very close relationship with them. Did a lot of research on this stuff, and I do believe they're making one of the best commercial engines right now in the business.
Yeah.
They really have put thought into the commercial operator, soup to nuts, from cyclonic air filters to just their carburetor mechanism of fully nickel plated to prevent gumming up and all that good stuff. Just nose to tail, they've done a great job with their engines, and that's why they're powering our machines.
That's awesome.
And widely available service for them as well. So
I'm a big fan of the Vanguard engines. A lot of you guys know that. If you really listen to our content, you guys really listen in. I'm a big fan of the Vanguard engines. I've been kicking there's Exmark brand, and I said, get these things on their lawnmowers, and like yeah. And now not necessarily because of me, but I'm just grateful and thankful that they're bringing the oil guard system, for example, to the laser, and then. We're talking with another company. They put the little Vanguard engine on one of their aerators, and so it seems that they've got their stuff figured out, and they're coming back on top, which is just awesome. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that power plant on a lot of your guys' equipment. That'll be just a robust piece of equipment that is reliable. That's what we're trying to talk about here. I mean, very, very cool innovations for a fertilizer company, a supply company, like online bill pay. You can schedule deliveries, schedule your pickups. You can do a product locator. I mean, it's a really cool website. If you guys haven't been to SiteOne.com, I know, you go to some companies' websites and it looks like, somebody made it on Squarespace, and then, you go to SiteOne, and it's a very powerful tool out there to help you guys grow your business. I talked to a guy out there named Josh, and Josh gets all of your all the SiteOne products to his shop and whatnot, and he loves you guys over there in Kansas or Missouri, whatever it is, and so Kansas
City,
yeah, it's really, really cool seeing what you guys got going on, guys. This isn't a huge pitch or anything from me or from Nick, about SiteOne. Just here's the honest answer. Check it out. These guys are bringing so much cool product to the front. They are going back on top. They've refocused, and they're repositioning some of their product lines and their branding. You guys have seen their commitment to our show and content out there in the community. So it's really cool when you see a company excited both externally and internally. And we've had a couple different folks on from the SiteOne team, and nobody's mailing it in. Nobody's like, like this isn't obligatory. These guys are excited about what they're creating and who they're going to be helping. And so Nick's a great example of that. And he just wants to see you guys out there win with your businesses. So Nick, any final thoughts? But if not, brother, we'll wrap this up. This was really, really fun.
No, I think you said it well, Brian. And it's like what really is. I mean, it's from the bottom of my heart. Is an exciting place to be part of right now. Absolutely is a winning team, and our bench keeps getting stronger and stronger. So I just it's exciting to see what we're going to be able to be, and I just really love it. So thanks for giving us the opportunity to share this stuff
Amen.
with your viewers, and looking forward to meeting you in person here soon.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'll wrap up with that, guys. We super appreciate Nick and his time for the show. We're actually doing this first thing in the morning, and so we really appreciate that. I got to get out there and start mowing some grass and all that fun stuff. If you guys are new to the show, don't forget to hit the follow button. We super appreciate you guys keeping up with us. Also, we'll leave in the show notes a link to the YouTube video that we did here at GIE Plus Expo. By the time this podcast comes out, we're probably over Expo, but I want to make sure that I leave the link from the video that we did there, because if you guys want to see, I'm a dude, I'm visual, I want to see video, so we'll leave the recap video and the highlight video that we did at the Let's Go booth, most likely here with Nick. So if you guys are excited about what you heard about on this episode, go check out the YouTube video and maybe even leave a comment. Hey, checking this out, heard it from the podcast. Thanks, Nick, for doing the video with Brian, something like that. Just something to let these guys know that you guys are watching and listening, and they super appreciate you guys, in your business as well, of course. So, all right, well, guys, that's what we got for this episode of the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. Hearing from one of the product category managers here from SiteOne. Always appreciate when the folks from SiteOne get to jump on the podcast with us and give us the behind-the-scenes look. I love it, and we really appreciate their partnership as well. So, guys, we're going to leave it right here. Don't forget to check back here soon. We got new podcasts every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, guest interviews. We have folks from the companies that get to jump on the podcast. We got my wife sometimes on the podcast. So if you guys are talking about lawns, lessons, life, this is the podcast for you, and we really appreciate you guys listening. So over and out, Brian here, when we look forward to catching up with you guys here on the next one.
Calling all landscape pros who want to get serious about healthy turf and a healthier bottom line. It's time to throw down new innovations. Built on 50 years of proven agronomic proficiency, Let's Go fertilizers, control products, seed, and equipment are engineered to produce more resilient turf. We'll continue to bring new technologies, so no matter the day, you'll always bring your A game. Upgrade and outperform with Let's Go. Visit siteone.com/letsgo today to learn more.
Thanks for taking the time to listen to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast with Brian Fullerton. We hope you enjoyed this production. If so, please consider leaving us a 5-star review for the show. While the techniques and ideas presented here are designed to help you grow a more successful and profitable business, no one can guarantee these results for you. We want to emphasize that entrepreneurship is not easy, and the ideas presented here are just the opinions of Brian Fullerton and his respective guests. No one can guarantee success for you. That being said, we hope the ideas presented here help you and motivate you to go on out there and crush it with your own business.
Fullerton Unfiltered Podcast.
Thanks for listening, and we hope to see you on the next episode.
This has been a Brian Fullerton and Mr. Producer production.